مرحبا بكم طلابنا الكرام في الفصل الثامن من الباب الأول Machine Ethics. Learning objective. The aim of this work is to analyze the ethical and legal conflict derived from the implementation of artificial intelligence system in the radiological practice. Understand the value of ethics in machine decision making, identify and discuss the different forms of machine decision making, recognize the role ethics play in artificial environment, identify and discuss credible safeguards to ensure privacy concern and prevent runaway computation resulting from machine agent, understand the role of machine agent in our daily lives, recognize and discuss the responsibility of users of machine agent, understand the moral risk of new technology, establish corporate ethics policies that include information system issue. What is machine ethics? Machine ethics, computer science, is not expectation. Machine ethics or machine morality, computational morality or computational ethics is a part of the ethics of artificial intelligence concerned with adding moral behavior to machine which use artificial intelligence, otherwise known as artificial intelligence agents. Machine ethics differ from other ethic fields related to engineering and technology. Machine ethics should not be confusing with computer ethics, which focus on human use of computer. It should also be distinguished from the philosophy of technology, which concerns itself with the grander social effect of technology. Normativity in science. Explanation to understand normativity in science. The normativity state of what? Normativity in science, a value and norm are an essential part of all protective science, qua-science. They are used not only to establish the suitability of existing claim, but also to select new goal to pursue. Scientific evidence and theory are often evaluated as ethical good or bad, and scientific products as what ought or ought not be done, and normative for what. Ethical norms often play a role in the evaluation of science done properly. This is particularly true as a science becomes more applied. Of course, computer science has had philosophical root from the beginning. And what should we want from a robot ethic? There are at least three things we might mean by ethics in robotic. The ethical system built into robotic, the ethical of people who design and use robotic, and the ethical of how people treat robotic. Robots might move gradually along this continuum as they acquire greater ethical capability and moral sophistication. It argues that we must be careful not to treat robots as moral agents prematurely. It also argues that many of the issues regarding the distribution of responsibility in complex socio-technique systems might best be addressed by looking to legal theory rather than moral theory. This is because overreaching interest in robot ethic ought to be the particular one of one of preventing robots from doing harm, as well as ensuring that humans take responsibility for their action. And the difference between computer ethic and machine ethic. Broadly, computer ethic emphasizes the responsibility of computer users to be ethical. For example, with regard to privacy, property, and power. Unlike computer ethic, which has traditional focuses on ethical issues surrounding human use of machine ethics is concerned which ensuring that the behavior of machine toward human user and perhaps other machine as well is ethical acceptable, whereas emphasize building ethical ability and sensitively into computer themselves. What exactly is the robot ethic issue? There are 9 ethic issues in artificial intelligence. Employment. What happens after the end of jobs? Inequality. How do we distribute the wealth created by machines? Humanity. How do machines affect our behavior and interaction? Artificial stupidity. How can we guard against mistakes? Racist robots. How do we eliminate artificial intelligence bases? Security. How do we keep artificial intelligence safe from adversaries? Evil genius. How do we protect against unintended consequences? Singularity. How do we stay in control of complex intelligence system? Robot rights. How do we define the human treatment of artificial intelligence? Grant of machine ethic. Machine ethic has a broad range of possible implementation in computer technology, from maintaining detailed record in hospital database to overseeing emergency team movement after a disaster. From a machine ethics perspective, you can look at machine as ethics impact agent, implicit ethical agent, explicit ethical agent, hopeful ethical agent. A current research change is to develop machines that are explicit ethical agent, normative computer agent, ethical impact agent, implicit ethical agent, explicit ethical agent, autonomous explicit ethical agent, full ethical agent. Normative computer agent. Where is the machine decision maker? As you see, this is the machine decision maker. Big Play. Big Play is a compact 300 gallon of garbage in photo in NYC, slower power, wireless sensor transmit from pick up when nearly full. Ethical impact agent. Robert Kamal JK of Qatar. Kamal JK robots about to feed high with right hand to pair the whip and a left hand to pull the rein. 35 pounds of aluminium and plastic a 400 megahertz process run Linux and communicate at 2.4 gigahertz GPS enable heart rate monitoring the camel heart that is robot and robot camel Jakes of Qatar. Every robot jockey hopping alone on it is unbearable. Mount mean one Sudanese boy freed from slavery and sent home. Ethical impact agent. How might machine themselves handle basic ethical issue of privacy, property, power? Ethical machines for machines as subject rather than for the human use of the machine as object. It is often not very clear whether this is supposed to cover all of artificial intelligence ethics. Sometimes it looks as though there is the dubious interface at play here, that if machines act in ethical relevant way, then we need a machine ethics according to some use of border notion. Machine ethics is concerned with ensuring that the behavior of machine toward the human users and perhaps other machine as well as ethically acceptable. Implicit ethical agent. Ethical consideration such as safety and reliability built into the machine. Example: ITM, air traffic control software, drug interaction software. Explicit ethical agent. Ethical concept represented and used. Example: care codes. There is 3 laws of robotics. A robot may not injure a human being, or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey the orders given it by a human being except where such order would conflict with the first law. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Just consequentialism. How? Core value, consequence, foreseeable, consequences, foreseeable, justice, which is right and duty, and impartiality in policy. What is the core value? The core value: life, knowledge, happiness, freedom, ability, opportunity, security, resource. A way to remember core value: happy life is ask for ability, security, knowledge, freedom, opportunity, resource. A few observations about just consequentialism. Bounded rationality, not maximizing, impartiality, dynamic and reversible policies, handless conflicts, procedure not algorithm, often not just one concern solution. Could a machine use just consequentialism? Autonomous explicit ethical agent. autonomous ethical agent, what would be example be like? Machine ethic decision and action, not merely decision and action that are ethical, on a dynamic basis as interact with environment. These agents are not conscious but are not made with current responses to situation. They may learn and adapt their behavior. Disaster relief software agent, might it not run FEMA better than human, more ethically? Suppose it receives information about who is in need, how badly they are injured, where supply are, and so on. Makes decision with limited resource about how get what triage sometime require. More ethical military machine, driverless cars, driverless truck, the trolley problem. Why is machine ethics important? Ethics is important because machines will have increasing control and autonomy, opportunity to understand ethical better. We want machine to treat as well because machines are becoming more sophisticated and make our life more enjoyable. Future machines will likely have increased control and autonomy to do this. More powerful machines need more powerful machine ethics. Programming or teaching a machine to act ethically will help us better understand ethics. The importance of machine ethics is clear, but realistically, how possible is it? I also offer 3 reasons why we can't be too optimistic about our ability to develop machine to be explicit ethical agent. Can a machine ever be a full ethical? First, we have a limited understanding of what a proper ethical theory is. Not only do people disagree on the subject, but individuals can also have conflicting ethical institutions and beliefs. Second, we need to understand learning better than we do now. We have had significant success in machine learning, but we are still far from having the child machine that the turning envisioned. Third, adequately understood ethical theory and learning algorithm might be easier problem to solve than computer absence of common sense and word knowledge. Don't harm, but this wouldn't be helpful unless the machine could understand what constitutes harm in the real world. This isn't to suggest what we should vigorously pursue machine ethics. On the contrary, given its nature, importance and difficulty, we should dedicate much more effort to make progress in the domain. Philosophical objection to machine ethics. Type 1. Ethics cannot exist about the bright line. Type 2. Machine cannot exist. Fluid. Ethics cannot exist above the bright line. Ethics has no biases. Ethics has a biases, but machine cannot do it. Ethics has a biases. Machine can do it, but should not. Conclusion: machine's capability to be embellished ethical agent does not demonstrate their ability to be full-fledged ethical agent. Nevertheless, it illustrates an important sense of machine ethics. Indeed, some would argue that software engineers must routinely consider machine ethics in at least this implicit sense during software development. The end of literature today. Thank you for listening.